All right, we got stuff going. All right, we can kick it off here. Let's see. All right, so let's see. There we go. Let's get in here for a second. So what I have done really quickly was go in and kind of erase out, and let's undo some of this stuff actually. Okay, yep. I thought that was a good idea. Let's just grab this and we'll go in manually real quick. Oh, what's going on? Hey, welcome, Doctor. Thank you. Much appreciated. Did I get 2 in a row, or is something muted that? Okay, cool. That's super weird. Anyway, yes, welcome. Okay, I'm trying to fix my shading here. So I duplicated the shading layer that I had. And I'm going in and I'm erasing the non-skin parts. Actually, yeah, let's do it with the... That's not what I meant to do. There we go. The parts that are clothes, hair, parts that aren't over the skin here. Because I want to make these skin sections lighter. I'm going to do that by dropping the opacity on the layer with the skin shading. Once it's done, once I'm done cleaning this up. So that's going to be really fun. Working that out. I'm still not sure if I want to leave the flames coming out of the mouth in or not. We will have to come back to that. Right. This bit here. I was really close there. Real close. I'm gonna stay outside of that line layer. That line. Okay. Boom. I'm in here. Because I really wasn't liking the way it was coming out on the skin down here on the abs, so I'm going to have to adjust that. I don't know if I want to completely do a different color or if I just want to make it lighter, but we're going to get to that in a second. Let's get in here a little closer. This is not an easy part to work out. I think that's right. So close on that one. All right. Making our way through here. Let's see. And if anyone has any questions, about anything, feel free Okay, so that right there is going to be shirt. I have questions about anything happening on the screen or questions about art in general, feel free, or whatever. Art, anime, video games, stuff like that. More than happy to talk about just about anything. Let's pop over here, erase this back. Yeah, I don't know if I want to use the same color and just lighten it for the skin shading, but the way it's right now, I'm not loving the way it looks for the shading on the skin. I honestly should have just, what would be way easier in hindsight, let's just do that. Let's just, yeah. Delete that. Let's go here, and we're just going to erase the skin shading. That seems like a way easier way to do this. If I was using my brain in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So this is one of my original characters. She is a hand-to-hand fighting type character. Let's see, actually, for this arm, I might just copy that arm because that's pretty intricately done already, which is probably not the best way we would have gone about that. If I was going to change it up, I should have gone really simple. I did simple for most of it, really basic starting shading as opposed to getting really in there and detailed. But for that arm, I think that arm is where I started to kind of refine things, unfortunately. Clear that. Make sure I'm not missing anything. So yes, this is one of my original characters, Mal. She is from the desert, from a desert area. Why she has she wears the tan colored clothing, and the boots, and she has goggles which are not featured here, are they? I don't think so. No, I did not feature the goggles or the scarf. She has a scarf too. But yeah, she kind of hand-to-hand combat. She does use a scarf, dragon skin scarf, as part of that as well. But for this, I'm visualizing this particular moment. She's gotten very angry and does not want to use that anymore. So, when she was young, her village was wiped out by a horde of dragons. She was saved. She had lost an arm, but the person who saved her used some medicine, magic surgery kind of situation to attach the arm of one of the smaller dragons that had been slain, attach that magically to her, and thus she maintained an arm. Ta-da. So this is the arm. It's normally bandaged up. It has taken on the appearance of a regular arm for the most part, aside from some scaling. But when she gets angry, because the dragon blood kind of intertwined and mixed with hers, she does exhibit some scaling and changes across her whole body. She can kind of spit fire. Her eyes change to this more lizard-like state, I guess. So yeah, that's a fun little backstory on that. Okay, I'm not worried about going over there. That's fine. But yeah, she's normally very calm. Takes a lot to get her in a situation like this one, where she gets angry enough for this change to occur. But nonetheless, it has given her heightened senses. She has the dragon skin top, underneath, and it's not a gauntlet, sleeve, I guess, the sleeve thing, compression sleeve kind of type deal, and the scarf that she uses, because they're very, very strong. They protect her when she is fighting, but they're very, very light and malleable as well, so some of the best protection possible for her. All right. So yeah, I'm going in right now and just ditching all of the skin shading. I don't like how dark it is, how muddy it looks. I don't know if I'm going to change the color or the other layer for specific to the skin, and eyes, the face in general. I'm just going to erase all the face situation as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna change the color or just make it lighter, but we do have to get rid of all this because I don't like it. It looks bad. It looks muddy, and I don't like that at all. Anyway, yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything like that, or wants to talk about just about anything, I am more than happy to do that. Thank you, Elixir. I'm sorry. Hopefully you are still here. I always forget because the messages don't come through on the other side of things, so I have to keep that window open, and I always forget to check it. Hopefully you're still here, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm very fond of this character, personally. Let's just get rid of all of that. She's one of like my main original characters from way back when that I have kept and kind of adjusted. I don't even know if I've really changed her design much. I did a little bit. I've added some, like the eyes changing is new. Before, didn't necessarily have that aspect. I'm gonna rotate this. Sorry for people at home. I know that can be kind of weird. All right. Okay, so I got the face kind of taken care of. I'm just going to knock that back because I can at this point. I think the only thing left to adjust is that arm. So this arm, I'm going to just grab this. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab that whole thing, which we'll see. I don't want, let's just, okay, I'm going to merge these two layers. Like layers. Okay, and that is the shadow color. Well, kind of, not exactly. It's this color here, but that is okay. Hold on, I'm gonna undo this real quick. I'm gonna turn this all the way up to 100, and then I'm gonna merge this down. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take this wand. All right. Up here. That. All right. Now we've got that set correctly again. Multiply. 5 is what that was set to. And now I can go in here. Ooh, let's hide that for a second. Yeah, this is gonna be. This is always a little bit more difficult. Gosh. There we go. Oh, let's hit that. Again, I don't know. I don't know exactly how I want this to end up, but we are working on it. We'll leave that alone for now, I guess. So I'm gonna erase all of this on the scan. Honestly, I feel like I should probably just ditch most of the shading here, but if I can avoid it, I want to just kind of get the stuff out of the way I need to. You never know. Okay, so we got that. That's not. There we go. All right. Okay, let's put that over there. All right. Yes. So we got that. And I did move that stuff up to the other layer, so I have all this information. I don't need to worry about trying to keep it correct or trying to remember how it all sits, because I have it ready for me on that other layer. And again, I don't know if I'm just going to lighten it, make it more transparent, or if I should just full on change that purple color for the skin. That might be the best solution. You never know. Again, to me it just looks kind of muddy and I don't like it very much. back like that. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going through and making this adjustment. And it's pretty common for me to mess this up like this and have to go in and kind of fix it or adjust it, change it on a different layer like I'm doing now. Shading, lighting, not my strong suit necessarily. I can do it, but it's not something that I am an expert at in any way, shape, or form. I just kind of keep trying. I should do some studies that would help quite a bit. Doing like photo studies and stuff, always a good idea, always helpful. Go this way. If you're ever struggling with something, lighting, in particular, is always like, good to use a study. Like, find a scene from a movie you really like. That's always really nice. They always do a really good job on lighting for movies. Just okay. Nope. There we go. Because lighting in movies is intentionally lit a certain way, so it's good to use like screenshots from movies for practice on lighting and stuff like that. And I really should do that sometime. It just feels like never have the time. When I'm on stream, I don't want to be just doing some lighting practice. I mean, it'd be a good idea, like I said, but it feels like I'm wasting my streaming time if I'm doing that. And I wouldn't be necessarily. It could be very helpful for people to watch something like that too, but I don't know if that's something people really want to watch. And I need to find screenshots that I like as well. Like professional photography photos as well would be really good for that. Because again, the lighting is very intentional. They light things a certain way for a reason. And ones that I think are really cool are the ones that use like 2 or 3 light sources, like the red and the blue, and like a backlight maybe, because that really helps you see that the light inside the shadows, because there's light inside shadow. Like, it happens. It's almost never just pure like, oh, it's black, it's shadow. No, it's got some reflected light inside it from other places. It's a whole thing. Anyway. Light is an interesting thing. For sure. Alright, we are almost done with this. That's good. This part. Then I have to go and erase the other sections on the other layer. Not worry about that big chunk yet. So yeah, on I'm gonna have to do that, yeah. Nope. Not what I meant to do. I don't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, lighting, you can learn a lot from movies and like just professional photography shots. Like I said, especially those like red and blue, red and purple lighting shots, those are always cool because it does show you that the light bounces back up into the shadows. It's helpful to see it, you know, because in a lot of just normal cinematography and stuff like that, you don't necessarily get to see how much light is really bouncing up because it's just normal daylight kind of color or whatever. Okay, stitch this a little bit. Okay, so. Alright, I think that's pretty much good. Alright, so we're gonna back that out. We are on that one. Okay, okay. Nope, not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, okay, so now we're gonna bring this one up. I'm gonna hide that one. We're going to go in. We're going to erase all of this junk that we don't. Took a second. Yeah, we don't need any of this. This is not what we are trying to do. That we do need, that don't. Do that one. All right. All right. So yeah, I am just going in, messing with all my shadows because again, I'm not great with lighting and shadow. I wish it came naturally and easy to me. It does not. So I need to practice it, which I haven't. That's what art's all about. You practice, you mess stuff up, you learn, you get better, mess it up a few more times. You think you got it down, and then maybe, and then no. Art's fun like that, though. All right, so let's get back up here and let's start fine-tuning this erasing a little bit. And yeah, I might adjust the hue, saturation, I think, but first what I'm going to do is just adjust the transparency once I finish erasing these back here. And I didn't want to just full-on start from scratch on this arm because, like I said earlier, I put a little bit more time into this, I think, because I had kind of finished the general shading and wanted to kind of start refining it, but I was not happy with how it was coming out. Okay, let's hit that. It was very muddy looking to me. And it may not have looked muddy in all areas, but it did look muddy in important areas. So I want to fix that if I can. So we're going to start with erasing this out and checking what upping the transparency will do for me versus am I going to have to jump in there and change the hue / saturation on the purple I'm using for the shadow. So that's where we're at right now. Just cleaning up this last little bit on this one so that I can do that. Make those changes and see where I'm at. Okay. And so this is almost kind of done. Just need to go in. We went a little broader to start with to knock down the heavier parts, which always kind of speeds things up a little bit, even though I am still going to have to take a little extra time to do these. Erase that. Okay. It's not important to get it like super cleanly done. There can be some slight overlapping, but I prefer to get it as clean as possible. But you know, sometimes you can't do that necessarily. Right there. That close. Well, let's rotate this. Make it a little bit easier. It took me a while to get used to like remembering to rotate my canvas. I think part of that also comes with the fact that Clip Studio does not allow you to rotate the canvas if you are using the eraser tool. It only allows you to rotate the canvas with like a brush or other tools. The eraser tool, I think, is the only one you can't rotate the canvas with. So that's fun. Nope, don't do that. But I love Clip Studio Paint. The brushes are amazing. They've done so much, and it's great. Oops, is that all? Okay. And honestly, as far as erasing goes, you can just use the paint with transparency on your brush, so you don't have to switch over to an eraser, even though that is slightly easier just because you can use the button on the pen as opposed to a keyboard shortcut. But it is what it is. It's not hard to hit that that C button real quick to switch it back and forth from transparency to non-transparency. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the pose has come out in this as well. I don't know if you saw it earlier when it was zoomed out, but I'm very, very happy with how her pose came out on this. It was a little stiff and when I started, but I made some adjustments and I think it went quite well. I think those adjustments made quite a bit of difference. It's always exciting when you make improvements. Even marginal improvement is exciting. You don't always notice it, but when you do, it feels really good. Yeah, no? That's fine. So yeah. That's why I always keep my old artwork, digital and traditional, so that I can look back and see, because you don't always see it right away, or notice it when it happens. But if I keep my artwork on hand, which I do, I can go back and be like, oh well, a couple of years ago this is what I was doing and I thought that was good at the time. So I mean, I've improved by leaps and bounds over that. So it's nice to keep at least one or two older pieces around for that purpose, in my opinion. So to just kind of boost your ego a little bit every now and then. Because, I mean, realistically, what artist hasn't dealt with imposter syndrome when they're doing their job, or like working on a commission? Like, did I really deserve to get this? Are they really gonna like this? Like, yeah, you know. But if someone came to you for work or gave you the job that you went for, I mean, you earned that. So gotta remember that. They thought you were good enough, so why don't you think you're good enough? I guess, you know. I know I can be my worst critic, so I just want other people to know, hey, it happens to everyone. You know, well, you just gotta work through it sometimes. Alright, I think that's pretty much good. I just need a little bit right there. Hit that C, a little back. That's fine. Alright, I think that's all of those things kind of on the arm. Yeah. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, let's see if we can drop that to 50, and if that looks alright. Okay, 50's not bad. This is what we're looking at, 75 before. I think this needs to drop too, though. So let's put this at 50. Let's do 55 for that. And I think this might want to drop to 45. Yeah, that's not bad. I think that works. So I'm gonna do. Okay, so skin shadows and regular shadows. So the way I normally work is going to be a pain. Okay, so I am going to have to like go in and like try and clean up those overlaps there, because that's pretty bad. But you know, oh, that needs to be changed. Oop, I need to hit the lines. Yeah. That is not the right color. Why is that? Okay, that should be the right color. There we go. And then again, I need to grab. Where'd you go? Way over here. Boop. Grab that purple for the shadows. All right. So now I need to put shadows down on the face and other areas of the skin that I had before, that I had to get rid of because it was not great. All right. Whoa. On there. Oh, okay, so we're gonna go forward on it. All right. Now we do that. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, okay. Let's go back this direction. Kind of soften that some. Transition over. Okay. Let's get in here real quick. All right. Again, it's not ever gonna end up perfect, I don't think. I'm gonna have some overlap on these. It is what it is. But I can get it as close as possible without overlapping. Let's see. All right. Not swoop. Get in here. See, if I had left the lines black, like I certainly could have, then I wouldn't have to have, or wouldn't have to worry about the shadows overlapping the lines, but because they are colored, that is a thing I have to think about. Yeah. See, and then when I do this, like I want it to kind of softly deal with all this, but it doesn't necessarily work that way, you know? We're gonna attempt it here. See, and then I kind of get a little bit of that happening. I don't know if I like that. It doesn't look as muddy as it did the first time, so that is a positive. We're moving in the right direction at least. And it is not super close to the face necessarily. Like, you can get away with things not being perfect the farther you get from focal point would be the face. But you do have to think about try and get it a little close at least, but that needs to that, I think, but we can push it. So it's a very thin area, I think. You know? That's not half bad. I don't hate that. I might want that even lighter if I can. That's where it gets a little funky. I want to bump this up. Because this doesn't have to be super dark. It's in a lit part of the body like that. That's not bad. I like that. I think that works out. So that arm is pretty well set up. Let's get over here to this leg. Just push all of this. That. Let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's hit this with a C real quick here. Push that a little bit lower. Okay, let's get in here real quick. Put this down. Well, that scale needs to be. Maybe, I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so we got that kind of set up there. Let's see. Put a roll down there. Bring that better, I think. All right. Egg is taken care of. Take care of this hand here. Drop it a little bit. Let's see. Just leave that open. Yeah. Okay. Let's get in here. Okay, dokey. Quick. I hit the C. Come on. All right. What? Clean up that edge a little bit there. All right. Just nice and easy on that edge there. Trying to give it a little bit of dimension without blasting it. I think I need to make an adjustment. Okay. That is outside of the finger. Okay. Right. That outside of that line there. All right. Not bad. Let's add in the shading there. Okay. So this is the part where it gets a little fun. Face. Face is never easy. Face is pretty complicated situation for me. For the most part. Yeah, the face is always kind of something else. I don't know how to explain that. ish. So, like, I know kind of a general idea where shadows should be hitting and stuff like that. It's just not easy for me to like put it down for whatever reason. Here it gets a little bit easier. I know the hair is going to leave some shadows. I'm going to erase those little bits there. Alright, okay, that's looking a lot, I think that's looking a lot better. Yeah, it's fine. Human face is just so, like, you can break it down into planes, but, you know, I don't know. It's whatever. Alright. So let's see. Let's bump it up a bit. So I'm gonna kind of make slightly more intricate setup on the pants here. I'm not gonna mess with it too much, but I do want to add like a couple more little highlight areas that are gonna make things more interesting, I think. Like that. All right. I need to get in here real quick, like, oh, super close. All right. If anyone has any questions, again, I'm more than happy to answer questions people may have. That's not what I want. Or if someone wanted to talk about specific things, any of that kind of perspective. Drop the size of this down. Art related or anything like that, I don't know. It's, I think at this point, yeah, that's not super noticeable. I think I got the parts that were kind of standing out to me. Any questions about the character or how I got the pose or any of those things? Colors, choices, such and such and such. Yes, I don't know. That hair is alright. I don't know if I love it though. That doesn't need to be fixed. There. Okay. I don't know what happened over there. Those lines kind of already make her look kind of old, I think. Soften that section. But it's because like that yelling kind of situation. That's why it needs that. Let's see. Drop this down here. All right. Okay. Let's do. No, we're on the wrong layer. We need to be up here. There we go. All right. This looks super. Awesome. Let's do that. I think might help. Let's bring this in a smidge on this side. Maybe drop this like that. Yeah, and then that-ish. That's not half bad. Alright. Oh, we do need to here. Nope. Just real quick, like some little adjustments. Then I could start working toward highlights. Yeah, I'm on the right one. Or I'm using the right layer for what I'm doing. It's good to know. Did I miss that? No, it is a line. For some reason. It's whatever. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I just hate the right sections. Those are kind of off-putting. Yeah, no. It's easier to deal with sections that are slightly darker than it is like those brighter sections for me. I feel like they jump out a little bit more. Could be wrong, but not the direction I meant to go. My bad. All right. Okay, so we've got the shadows down. Kind of. Let's go in here. Yeah. Okay, we're on the right one. See you. I don't like that. Too small. Bump this up. That back end a little bit. I like how that looks. I'm gonna sharpen up this front bit here. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And this sells that bunching up a little bit more, I think. Okay, so got that set up. Now just jumped right into it. Totally neglected my coffee. So yeah, now we want some highlights. Duplicate layer. Yeah, see, that just looks muddy when you have it like that. Alright? Alright, we're going to change this to screen, I think. 100 for right now, and we are going to grab this color. Get kind of pink. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not loving it. A little bit more yellow. Okay, just making sure it kind of works on all of the things here. Okay. I think it works. Okay. To the palette here. Do I want to put in? Do I want it more yellow? What does more yellow look like? Yeah, I think more yellow might be better. Yeah, I think it's still. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. Nope. Over. Okie dokie. It doesn't have to spell right. All right, so now we're gonna highlight some of this sucker. All right, so let's see. 1, 2. Like that. Why is that excluded? That might just be where the yeah, it looks like it's probably because that's where the stuff kind of stopped. Yeah. Almost gives it like a glow quality. It's almost a rim light kind of situation. Almost. It's just the fact that I don't even it's hard to articulate. Yeah, it's the fact that the outline didn't quite go all the way to the end, I think. Yeah, I want the highlight one to be under the lines. I don't like that because it makes it look glowy. Also putting it under the shadows. I'll have to figure that out. I'm not totally sure how I want to really nail that down. I'm not sure how I want to shade highlight the scale situation either. That's going to be an interesting thing to kind of work out. Okay. So, what I might do you might have to come get me. Okay, so what I might leave it alone. I don't know. This is where it gets a little complicated for me, is do I want to kind of I want to change the color of all of my lines to be the color that the shadow makes, so that I can put the lines above the shadow layer again. That's probably the best way to do it, because then I'll have less of the overlapping on the shadows, because those lines will kind of hide some of that. That might have to be what I do. Yeah. I need to work on my texture as well, I feel like. Because right now it seems like my boots and stuff all kind of have the same texture, and I don't love that. Because it's not how it should. Yeah, no. Alright, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that with the line work. Have to adjust the line work color, and then move the lines up. Yep. Alright, so let's see. I'm a fan of, somewhat at least, of how this is like kind of looking. This needs to fade a little bit more on the pants for sure. So let's try and do that. Might want to bump this up more. I like that much better. much more reasonable looking as far as the fabric is concerned. Okay, so I guess now what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll adjust the line art color here. So let's grab this. We'll start with this color. And we'll just, nope, I don't want to move the lines up yet. I don't want to do that yet. Going in here and oops, no, was not paying attention when I was messing with that one. All right, I'm gonna have to hide those flames. Those flames have to disappear for a second here. So right now they're looking a little funky, but when I pull them up above the shadows, they will look correct. That's good. All right. That's a much better looking. Going to be a much better looking situation. It's a little complicated in here. Okay, that's majority, at least, of this. And I could lighten it a little bit when I get around to end. When I bring it up, if I don't like it, drop that color down some, lighten it up a bit. Okay, let's get in here. Nice and easy, nice and easy. And the thing that's allowing me to just draw on these lines right now is Clip Studio's lock transparent pixels. Super cool. Like it suggests it locks the pixels you have on the layer so that you only have, you can only manipulate the pixels that exist, hides the rest of them from, well, it locks the rest of them from being manipulated, which is really, really cool. I think it's a neat feature to have. Is that okay? Let's get in a little closer here. That color in. All right, so that's pretty dark. So I might have to make some adjustments on the green. looks real dark. Is that right? Yeah, I guess it is. Almost looks black in the shadow. That's crazy. Alright, so... And I'll probably definitely make some adjustments as far as this screen. But it's a kind of a guessing game. Something that'll stand out in the shadow areas and in the light, so you never fully know. So you mess with it. Takes a little bit of practice. So, yeah. Depending on how you shade things, will make a difference as well. The way I don't want that color. The way I shade, or have been shading, with this kind of overlay situation, it's going to make a bit of a difference when you get into it. That looks off. Need that color real quick. There we go. I don't think I have any more green. No. The whole point of using colored line art for me is to make it look more painterly and kind of give it a little bit more of that less crazy less of that, you know, black line art look. This is kind of going back more towards the black line art look with how dark these are, but I do want to adjust them so that they will stand out in the shadows. I don't have to worry about it too much. This is where it's going to get a little funky. There we go. Anywhere where the lines meet up can be a problem, because I will kind of push that color into that other line a little bit. We'll run into some small snags here and there. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. So those have to be that color. It's fine. That's where it's going. Funky. This one, that color. Alright, so that is all set there now. Got that color. See, this one I think will have to be a little lighter. I don't love that. Again, it's all just kind of once I move it up above the shadows, that will make a difference, and we will see how it looks then. But it is looking pretty darn dark as it sits currently. Okay, let's get some of this situated here. That one I don't think needs to be touched. I think it's pretty solidly gonna be that color there. Okay. I think this might be, like, some of these are going to be a smidge darker than I would prefer, and I will have to adjust them. But for right now, just step in the right direction at the very least. Okay. Oh, a little bit. Overboard there. We crossed over. Okay. And some of these I'm going to have to go back and adjust, push more of the other color in. I think that one right there needs to be fixed a little bit, which is fine. Just move all of this. Okay. Did the scales on a totally separate layer. Skin color. Get in here. Go a little further down than I wanted. There, that's fine. Okay. Push that right there. Cool. Yeah, the biggest benefit of darkening these lines like I am now is going to be these small overlap areas that I'm having currently. That will hide them, at least hide them better, because, oops, back that off slightly. Because I will pull it above the shadows, so those overlaps will be hidden better. Close again for this one. Interesting. And I may again lighten some of these lines. I do want them to stand out over, like I said, I want them to stand out over the shadows. So that's something I will have to figure out once I get them above the shadow layer, and I can kind of lighten everything up a little bit so it fits better. I just don't like the way things are happening on some of this. So let's back that one up slightly. There we go. This. All right. If I can't finish this arm real quick, because I have to go. All right. Okay. There we go. Yes, okay, cool. Nice, very nice. Alright. Almost done with this section. And once I finish this, I'm just gonna call it for today. Gotta go do some stuff. Oops, I'm ending slightly early. Yeah, not too much, but a little bit. I normally go to about 12, so we're ending a little early, but not crazy. Okay, let's hit this. That. All right, we are. Oops. Closing this up here real quick. Definitely made some progress. Although most of it, I think, is going back and fixing issues that I made, which is fine. It's all progress in the end. Let's put this real quick here. This. We got a second here. Let's put it here. Okay. We'll fix that later. Okay. Up. Knock out that. Come on, sucker. All right, so I think that's all the skin, all the green, all the hair, all the shirt. We just need the pants, boots. Eyes are fine. Eyes are fine. Okay. All right, I gotta go. It's been really awesome. I'm glad you stopped in and said hello and checked out what I was doing. I really appreciate that so much. You can follow progress on all the stuff down here, my Instagram, Twitter, at Zann20. And I really appreciate it if your friends, your family, you know, if they like art and have nothing to do around this time, let them know, hey, this person's streaming over there on Twitch, DLive, Picardo, YouTube, you name it. Zann20 on all of those. So you just have to check it out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time, which will be Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So gotta go. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you later.